What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It is episode number 24, returns today with a brand new season as our second year in the Premier League gets underway. We're jumping straight into it. Our budget for the new season is going to be 18 million. 18 million. Oh, what is that? Are you kidding me? Not even that. 17.5, I'd say. How is that even possible? I, for the life of me, cannot understand how that budget is so small. I mean, mid-table finish in the Premier League last season, fantastic. First year back in the top flight. We're not going to get any money for player sales either. We know that Lewis is going to leave after one advance in the calendar, but no one else is going. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. We'll do the quick advance to get Wing's salary off the books, but literally, I am actually speechless. That is, I mean, you know I love a challenge, but come on, even that's a bit too much for me. So that was me thinking, oh, we'll get about 40 million, and we don't even get half. We don't even get half of that, man. And heading into the new season, Bennett hasn't had a potential upgrade despite the Golden Glove win last year. Oh, I tell you, man, this is a challenge. We were looking forward to it, though. We wanted a really good challenge. We got one. Bindon retains his exciting prospect tag. We'll give Haynes a contract and see if he's had a potential upgrade or not. I think Array stays showing great as Reggie stays potential to be special. Luke is not retiring yet, but I probably will extend it by a year. That's lower than last year. That's lower than last year by quite a bit. Oh man, I do not know where on earth the money has gone. I really don't. Oh man, this is going to be a serious challenge, man. Honestly, I did not expect that. It's less than half I was expecting for the new year. So those youth players, man, they are definitely getting thrown in the deep end this season because they've got the money to sign anyone. And so with players, the deals coming to the end of the year, 5 players on expiring contracts. So I'm definitely going to give Mensah a new deal. That is the Ghanaian CAM that's just come back from Carrow Road. Young Ghanaian attacking midfielder that will get a minor extension. Haynes, of course, is going to get one. I think I will give Luke a 1-year deal because, I mean, we need the players now. If we ain't got anyone to bring in, we need to make sure that no one leaves. And I think I probably will try and convince Charlie to stay on a rotation deal as well. As for Nesta, I'm probably going to cash in, although we're not going to get much for him, so it barely seems worth it. I can't believe that, man. That really, really put me under pressure here. I did not expect that. And for those curious on potential tags, Mensah returns with showing great potential, and Haynes has the exciting prospect as well. I did say with Wilhelmer I was going to recall him from St. Pauli after the year in Germany. I'm going to wait until the first game of the season, though, just in case, if between now and then he has an overall spike, and if he does, then he can return and probably take Harvey Nibbs' place. But I'll record him until before the first game of the season anyway. I just want to see if he has an overall spike between now and then. So, what do we do? What do we do? Well, I wanted a new striker, but I had a few names on the shortlist, but I can't afford any of them. I think we might have to sell someone, you know. I really do. Possibly one of Gruev, Tapia, or Shirkin. Maybe Mikey Johnson or Riley McGree. Possibly someone's going to have to be sold. Otherwise, we won't be able to sign anyone. I think with the amount of wingers we've got here, we can probably do with selling one. And I would say out of all of them, McGree came in, was brilliant in January. Obviously, Aziz and Esprit were our main two last season. Michael Johnson's already unhappy with the contract and the lack of play time last season. On 20 grand a week as well. I might give it a one and done for the Irish international. And with Bishop out on loan and Anderson, who we're going to recall as well, I think we could afford to let Johnston go. So I'm going to add him to the transfer list. We won't get much, but we will get a little bit. Man, I don't know what we're going to do. This is going to be a serious challenge this season, honestly. We got a bid from straight away from Club Brugge as well. We need to get as much as we can here. We've got him on a 3-year deal, so we hold all the cards. I don't need to sell him for anything under what I can get him for, but man, I did not. I got to stop, man. Accept the reality, Doxy boy. You can't change anything by complaining about it, so just get on with it. Make the best of a bad situation. So we'll see if we can get 6 million. Oh, that's not right. 6 million for Johnston. But I think we're probably going to settle for around 5 to 5.5 mil. But then again, the attention bar's barely filled up there. So I'm going to stick to my guns here with the Belgian side. So we're only going to accept £6 million. And they say, yeah, so 6 mil, we'll take it, as our budget will increase gradually. And a bid for CJ Egan-Riley. I'm not against cashing in on him, but in his first season for us last year, he was alright. So I'd like to keep him as a backup just in case Reggie gets an injury. And on occasion, I did start him with Bond at left back. So I think I'll keep him just for now. Oh man, so let's just say hypothetically we get the 6 mil there. Board scheme a bit off the top. We're looking at what, just over 20 million? Man, oh man, this is such a challenge, man. Yep, so a one and done for Mikey Johnston. And whilst the board skim a bit off the top, it obviously means there's only a little bit of money to come in through that departure, up to just under 22 mil total, but of course with wage budget considerations more likely to be 21 million. Granted, season ticket money gets allocated far and a week before the first Premier League game of the season, but because the Medeski is quite small, that's only going to be a little bit as well. Perhaps 3 mil at a stretch. Who else could we sell then? Who else could we sell? Flirt with the idea of selling Kelvin. He's unhappy as well. But again, he's only really going to raise us like 2 mil max. So, yeah. I mean, should we just run it back? Do we just run it back for the new season? Because at the moment, that seems the best option here, and conserve the money for the new season. This team was good enough to finish mid-table last season, and it's going to get it better during the season as well. So perhaps that's the best strategy. Just run it back. Well, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I guess I wouldn't be against it. Bukari has just completed his conversion to natural striker now. Last season, only the 4 goals in the Premier League. And we did say, for the new season, we want a new striker. I was going to have Osman come off the bench, but this might be the only way to get a bit of money to help us bring in a new striker. How much can we get from Union Berlin? Probably the biggest reason why we gained promotion back in Season 2 to the Premier League. But whilst he was Championship Player of the Season, it's safe to say he didn't really adapt to top-flight football last season. Only the 4 goals, and thus I'm okay letting him go. But because of our small budget, it's got to be a decent fee. Otherwise, we're not going to have enough money to sign a replacement, and we might as well keep him. I'd say we need around 7.5 to 9. Otherwise, there's not really any point in selling him. So we'll go to the top end, which is 9 mil to begin with. They'd say 7.9 mil to be fair, Union Berlin. So we can meet somewhere in the middle. We'll go with 8.5 mil to begin with. That's 3 mil over the market valuation on 20 grand a week, don't forget as well. And it looks as though he's on his way to Berlin. 8.5 mil, 2 years at the Medeski, but now off to the Bundesliga. Part of being a top level manager is making incredibly tough decisions. And of course, nowadays in modern day football, things move on so quickly. If you don't hit the ground running, you're probably gone. And if you can't maintain a good start, you're probably gone as well. And that's the case for Bukari. Great first year in the Championship, helping us gain promotion, winning player of the season. But last year, just the 4 goals in the top tier. Really struggled. And he equals time on his time in Berkshire as he's off to Berlin. Thank you for the service and farewell, Mr. Bukari. So we'll get 8.5 mil for the player's sale. That now rises our budget up to around 29 mil with wage budget considerations, maybe around 28 mil. When the season ticket money comes in, that'll probably rise it to 30 million. But I still don't know if that's enough as a sign of star new striker. I know the one I want, he was relegated with Brighton last season, so you probably know who it is as well. As Hull put a bid in for Nesta Guinness-Walker. I did say, Tyler, I can't do anything, bro. We ain't got enough money. I did say I was probably going to sell him, now 26 years old. I think I'll just take the slightly overvaluation bid there, as we've got some better players in the academy right now. But I don't know if I'll be able to afford him. You know who he is, but I'm just not sure if I'll have the cash. So that'll rise our budget up again, little by little, penny by penny, piece by piece, our budget rises. But will it be enough to bring in the Brighton forward, drop into the Championship? As we get another bid here, this time for Jonathan Panzo. Bournemouth want to take him. He had a solid year for us last season, competing with Owen Haynes, so I'm probably going to keep him as our starting CB alongside Bindon, if not off the bench. So again, we've got some players in the academy. Worst comes to worst, we could also, promote one of these lads and sell for $1 million or around $1 million, but it's not really what I want to do. But it's also why I'm not going to send my scouts out this season. Every year we send our scouts out around this time looking for some great young talent. This time around, we're not going to do that because, again, it costs money to send the scouts out, keep them out, and bring back players as well. Quite frankly, every penny counts. counts here. So we'd spend about $1 million sending our scouts out and keeping them out and bringing players in. So would that being the case, the scouts this season are staying here in Berkshire. So here we go. Just got to the final week before the new season gets underway with Bournemouth newly promoted to the Premier League, and our budget now 31 mil. Yeah, we're going to fall short. We're going to fall short. Won't have enough for him. You know who it is, but we won't have enough for him. He's a tremendous player with excellent pace, great dribbling, good leap on him too. But unfortunately, we're going to fall short. Yep, just 24 years old. And this is the sort of number 9 I would want, man. It's why I said before, but I really wish EA would take into consideration when a club gets relegated and they've got players that are far too good for the second tier. In Football Manager, oftentimes those players, where they might have release clauses or the club might be willing to loan them back to a Premier League side if they still want to keep them for the long term, or they'll just add them to the transfer list. But of course, in career mode, that doesn't happen. These sort of players, even if they're too good for the second tier, will be happy to stay, even though it's beneath their level. I don't really want to give away McGree, man. He was solid for us last year. I could give him Mbenge, but I might as well keep him because the valuation on him is so low. I'm going to say to Brighton, how about this? We'll go under the valuation. There's no way this comes off. Under the valuation for João Pedro, but we will give you a big sell-on clause. 20%. 20%. So it means if he fires him in here in Berkshire and a big club comes in, you'll get a bit of money in the future for the Brazilian getting sold on. Brighton not one bit happy about it. No, ain't got the money. João Pedro's going to stay in the second tier. Gutted. The Blades want to take Mensah on loan. Oh, I forgot about that. Wilhelmer, has he had an overall spike before the first game of the season? I doubt it, but I'm probably going to recall him anyway, man. Yeah, he's not. I'm going to recall him. He's got the showing great potential tag, and like I said, what I am going to do with Anderson is convert him to CAM, where he will have an overall spike. Actually, I'm going to get him the high defensive work rate first, and then I'll convert him to CAM, and he will start in our team ahead of Harvey Nibbs. Got to be smart with the strategy, man. I think the young players this season are going to get more game time than ever. Well, let's jump into the first game of the season, and we'll worry about transfers after that. Heading into the first game, this season the board have said finish in mid-table. That's where we finished last season, and to be fair, if we were good enough to finish mid-table with this squad last season, there's no reason why we can't do it again. Granted, no Bukari for the new year, but I don't think we'll miss his 4 goals that much, but he will, of course, not be featuring anymore. So, first game of the season is newly promoted Bournemouth at home. Want to start off with the 3 points. I'm going to go with McGree up top to begin with. He was pretty decent since coming in January last season, but this is only temporary. We are still going to need a new striker long term. First game, Cherries at home. Let's start off with a win. Come on, you Warriors. A few names on the shortlist, so I feel confident we will pick someone up. It's just not going to be the player I wanted, you know. And normally that's not a great option, going after your second choice. You should always go after your first, as Femi ripples the side netting. But in this case, beggars can't be choosers. So I've got a few other names on the shortlist. Seki Amdouni, relegated with Burnley. Washington at Chelsea, the young Brazilian striker as well. But it's just a shame we're going to miss out on my only target for the season. Easy. Come on, don't lose the first game. Oh, Bennett, great save. That is not what we need, man. A loss on the opening day at home to a newly promoted side. That's when you know you've got some problems for the upcoming year. Great save by Bennett. Last year won the Golden Glove. Here we go for it back to back. Off to a good start here. Another good save. Still 0-0. It's cornered out and Demirovic heads in. And Bournemouth are in front. We're in trouble, but fans, don't look at me, look at the chairman, man. Look at the chairman, not me. Dear, oh dear, we know Reading have financial problems though, so in a way I do kind of like it, because it is quite realistic. All that money we got for the prize money and the TV money as well. Where's that gone? Well, clearing the debt, clearly. As Riley McGree gets away and says, Gaff, we don't need a new striker. I got 4 goals when I came in on deadline day in January. That's what I did in half a season. Imagine what I can do with a full one. It's the Aussie with the instant leveller. Shirkin through the gap. McGree controls, but Fredericks makes the tackle. Oh, no. I don't believe it. Oh, that's ACL, man. That is ACL. The way his leg went, that's done. I don't believe it. Well, Bournemouth playing on with McGree in absolute agony, and now the referee stops as Bond was about to intercept. Scores our first goal of the season, scored 4 since coming in last year. And now, that is season ender on the first day. That is Gordon Hayward with the Celtics against the Cavs now. The way his leg went, there's no doubt about it. That is ACL. Oh dear, Harvey coming on. And Nibs will now go up top. Everyone's having to go up top. At this rate, I'm likely to put Bond up top. I mean, honestly, this is ludicrous, man. Striker problems getting worse when even our standing striker goes down on the opening day after getting our first goal. Man, we are going through it as Anderson wins it back. Phil Hallomer. Phil Hallomer. Phil Hallomer. What a save by Mark Travers. Still 1-1. Is there going to be a winner between the Cherries and the Royals? Anderson's delivery. Shurkin! Dennis Shurkin heads Reading in front. And the Royals come from behind to lead in Berkshire. Come on, don't throw us away. Final chance, remain! With the leveler with 2 on the clock. Just couldn't hold on. Man, oh man, oh man. Could not hold on. And that is going to do it for match day 1, I believe, as Phil Hallomer gets on the run. And plays a great through ball as he's onside for the win. No, blocked. We'll take the corner. We get one last chance. Ref, one last chance from the corner. We scored our second goal through this. Going for a carbon copy. Headed away. And it will drop to a sprayer. What a save, Mark Travers. Oh my goodness gracious. What a save by the Irish goalkeeper. Carnage on match day 1. Can we still win it? Headed away. And that, I think, is indeed going to do it. Bournemouth will hold on. And it's a point on match day 1, courtesy of a big save by Mark Travers. Well, last season we had an amazing defensive record, but the worst goal scoring record in the division. And after losing our number 9 for this year, I didn't expect this. 2 goals on the opening day, but it wasn't enough. How ironic is that? Before we end the episode, I want to see how Bow's that injury to McGree got our first goal of the season, then went down. I think it's ACL, but let's take a look together. Here we go, moment of truth as we get back to the main menu. And we shall see how bad that injury is. Because for this season, again, if we weren't going to bring a striker in, it would have been McGree, the guy I trust to lead our line. But we're going to get it a chance to now, because I'm pretty sure that will be... It's not, it's a broken L. How is it an L? Why was his leg? His leg got stretched into the 4th dimension. How is it? What? Okay, well, do you know what? I'll take it. It's a slice of luck. It's a 2-month injury, and he won't miss even a quarter of the season. I guess I'll take the bit of luck. And that'll do it for today's episode of the Summer Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching the season opener. If you've enjoyed it, then please do drop a like and stuff. So you'll have a fantastic day. I will return in the next one with more games in the Premier League as we try and get our first win on the board this season on the back of the opening day draw to Bournemouth. We'll have the League Cup 3rd round at home to Carlisle United, and we'll play for the remainder of the summer window, and we'll certainly have to make our first signing of the season with 30 mil still remaining in the budget. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.